What's going on, everyone? Austin John Plays here, and today I'm going to be going over some fantastic ways for you to organize your pastures and Pokemon in Pokemon Legends Arceus. You ever think it's weird that they have such great search features but no sort features? That's kind of how I feel, and today I'm going to be providing you information and documents for you to actually organize your Pokemon pastures or your boxes in general. And there's several different ways that I've set this up, going from, just starting off the game, one that's great for shiny hunters, once you want to get a little bit more advanced, and then once you want to be like completion level. Me personally, I'm doing the completion level, and you know what? I'll explain it in ascending order. I am working with the fine people over at PokeJungle, and they're actually going to be hosting these files so that you can download them. Once you download it, I recommend importing it into Google Sheets, as Excel might have a little bit of compatibility problems, although it should mostly work. Chances are, if you own Microsoft Excel, you know how to fix those issues. None of the math or the images are going to be broken, just a little bit of the formatting. Anyways, you're going to come to a cover page here. Big shout out again to PokeJungle for hosting these files, and my buddy Kingdom Killer helping with formatting, and Philly Beats You for just taking a look over it and making sure everything was right. And then he also applied this to his pastures, and then I got feedback on, what needed to be changed and updated. The most basic of all the pages is what I call the final form shiny dex. Now, this doesn't need to be for shiny Pokemon, but if you want to use this for shiny Pokemon, this is how I organize my Pokemon home, which is just the final form. Like, I don't need to have shiny Rowlet and Decidueye and Dartrix. Instead, I only want Decidueye. So you're gonna see it here, Decidueye, and you're gonna be seeing shiny and alpha. Once you have one of these Pokemon, you put down a 1. I also make little notes in here, like say for example, if I have a Dartrix, I'll put down an E. That means that I need to remember that I need to evolve it, and the little red icon here means that it's invalid, and I did that on purpose. That way it's a fun reminder of, oh, okay, I need to come fix that. There you go, put down 1. Or if you have a shiny alpha, put it there. These numbers are going to automatically calculate based on how many you have for your completion rating. In addition, to the right, you're going to be seeing a whole bunch of colorful columns. These are going to be for all of the different regions where a Pokemon could be available. They're roughly accurate. I also marked down if they're going to be placed alpha Pokemon with that bold A, M for the mass outbreaks. Yeah, I updated this for all the mass outbreaks, so if a Pokemon of the evolutionary line appears, you're going to be seeing an M there. That goes for the Fieldlands, Mirelands, Coastlands, Highlands, and currently cropped off is the Icelands. And then looking at the left here, you're going to see I've actually marked down where to put these Pokemon. So if you were to look right here, we have box number 1, row 1, slot 1 through 6. So that's going to be the top row of all the Pokemon. And then you have rows 1 through 5, which is also the 30th entry of the box, still in box 1, and then you move on to box 2. So on and so forth down. I used gradients to make it very easy to see exactly what the boxes should be. And then also the left column is ID. So say for example, you come in here and you start messing around with things like, okay, I want to sort by field icons and then this and that, and then you go to sort by the Pokemon names, and you're like, I don't remember what order these are supposed to be in, just organize it by ID, and that puts it right back where it's supposed to be, boxes intact and all. Getting on to a little bit more advanced and not just, the final form, is what's commonly referred to as a living dex. That means that you're going to be having 1 in your box of Rowlet, Dartrix, and Decidueye, 1 of Cyndaquil, Quilava, and Typhlosion. Now, it's up to you on how you want to do this. If you want to use this for dex completion, you could totally do that. If you want to use this for an alpha living dex, you could totally do that. And if you want to use it for a shiny dex, you're more than welcome to. All 3 columns are here. If you want to delete one of these columns, you should be completely able to, and it won't mess up the formatting or anything else. Again, we have the boxes, rows, slots, and then the master ID. This goes all the way down and includes all 242 Pokemon. Now, this does not include species variation by region or gender, meaning that, say for example, Basculegion looks very different between its male and female forms. There's only 1 entry for Basculegion, whichever one you have. Same thing for Unknown. It's up to you on how you want to do this. I did include both Sneasels since it's the only Pokemon you could get in both regional variations kind of easily. Plus you need a Sneasel for Weavile, so I just kept them in there anyways. Advancing on from this a little bit more is what I call the one game living form dex. And I'm gonna explain why it's called the one game living form dex as opposed to the other one. This one is going to include all variations that you're going to be seeing of Pokemon. Now these variations is what's called boxable variations, meaning that the icon of the Pokemon is going to appear different both in the Pastures and in Pokemon Home. For example, Bidoof, male and female versions have slight variations between them. Same thing goes for Babarrel, Starly, Staravia, Staraptor, Shinx, the whole line from there. Beautyfly's male and female forms have slight variations. Every Pokemon with gender differences is going to be marked in here. Burmy and Plant, Sandy, and Trash Cloaks all right there, in addition to the Wormadams. And this is all set up for Dex and Alpha. You probably don't want to do this for a shiny dex. I mean, you can. You just insert a column, copy and paste, real easy. This also includes some pretty extensive things such as all 28 forms of Unknown. So this is a good document for you to download and mess around with in completing all of the unknowns. This also includes all 6 Rotom forms. Just for poops and laughs, I included all the legendaries down here in case you want to use this for your actual, living decks and you didn't know where to put them. So they all appear down here. However, you're going to notice that there's an X under the alpha column because, well, obviously you can't get them in alpha or shiny. The only thing missing from this page specifically is going to be Alolan Vulpix / Ninetales, because it's a gift Pokemon and you can't get it in alpha and you can only get one and it's a little bit of a pain in the butt, so I just didn't include it on this page. Now, get into the real one, the big boy, the meat and potatoes. Here is the Alpha Living Form Dex. This one is the most complete. It's very similar to the one that I just showed you. The difference is there are unobtainable Pokemon in here, meaning that you have to have both Tornadus, Thundurus, Landorus, and Amorous, Dialga forms, Palkia forms, and Giratina forms, and Shaman forms, which obviously you cannot do in one game, so you have to have either 2 playthroughs or trade with someone to complete this extensive of a dex. I don't know who's going to be doing this. I'm doing this because, I did more than one playthrough. This is the most extensive thing, and then also I included Vulpix and Ninetales here because I didn't know where else to put them. I put them at the bottom too because I didn't like putting them in the lineup because they're limited quantity. I may do an update if, say for example, Pokemon Legends Arceus version 1.2 comes out and that adds Vulpix to massive mass outbreaks or something, then yes, it will be there. Which they're all noted with the different sheets at the bottom. Not really visible on screen, but you know where they are on Google Sheets. And yeah, pick your one. I also included a key, just in case you don't remember my explanations on what exactly all of them do. A key as to what the locations mean, checklists for everything, and there you go. All of it, one Google Doc, do it yourself. And I gotta say, being able to set up your Pokemon in a living dex like this, it looks so good. Seeing all of your Pokemon listed there, you could even see like Staravia and Starly, their crest on their head is slightly different in size. Shinx and Luxio's line have different hair sizes. They also have low color feetsies. Kind of sucks that, all the unknown aren't just on one page, but still, it's fine. In the meantime, until I have all the alphas, I'm going to be substituting throwing in my shiny alphas until I'm done with this, and then I can hunt down another regular Alpha Spiritomb. Yes, I know, in my video from my stream, I did an Alpha Spiritomb outbreak. I just caught the one shiny and ran away. Should have thought about it a little bit further. Oh, by the way, yeah, all of these are Alpha Pokemon. That's my challenge. I want to go for the 2% chance that they could spawn for things like Combee, and then the 1 out of 8 chance that it's a female. So that's the challenge I'm living with myself. In addition to the Burmies, did a 3-hour stream, got 0 alpha Burmies. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. I'm pretty sure all of these pages have a little bit of room on the last box, so in case you want to put your extra Fionis here, or Manaphy's, whichever one's the baby, you could definitely leave them here. But all of this fits between 12 boxes. 1.5 rows is your complete living dex. I have all my shiny Pokemon down here. This bottom row here, I might end up just doing a shiny dex just because I have so many shiny Pokemon in this game. I know, disgusting sentence. My final form shiny dex is only 4 boxes long. That's very doable. Okay, I didn't realize it was that. Is that right? It's only 4 boxes? Yeah, one of each shiny Pokemon from the final form of an evolutionary line is only 107 species. 4 boxes, 3 rows, and 5 slots. Okay, well, yeah, now realizing this, I might just set up an alpha final form dex in these 4. Oh, boom, these 4 boxes at the end of the living dex. Perfect. I didn't even realize that. And then I guess I'll just do 1 box for all these duplicates, all these birds, bugs, and rocks. There you go. There's going to be links down below to the PokeJungle website where you're going to be able to find these documents, download them for yourself in Google Sheets. Just go to a document, click open or import, whatever you want to do. Import the document or open the document. You're going to be good to go from there. It can be done on both desktop and mobile with the Google Sheets app, which is available on pretty much every platform. You can access it from your phone. I'm also in the same exact style working on a document for Pokemon Home, and by the time Pokemon Home comes out, I should have that ready. I mean, best case scenario, they say, hey, you know, Pokemon Home's gonna be updated in a week. I'll drop the documents at that time. That way you have a week to prepare for importing from this game based on what you already have in Home. I think that'd be really useful. But I want some feedback. Let me know how you feel. If there's any errors in the document, please at me on Twitter, at AustinJohnPlays, so I can fix them, send them over to PokeJungle, and they can update the documents. That way, you know, going forward, it's good. Well, guys, if you found this helpful, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button down below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications. Until next time, Austin John out.